Good morning, everyone. So, yes, I'm going to talk about only one mutation today, this SPTLC1 leucine 39 deletion, and I'm going to explain why we believe this is a major cause of slow progressing juvenile ALS. So first, a quick reminder about this particular form of ALS. It's defined by an age of onset below 25 years, and it's very rare. It represents only 1% of all cases. Only few genes have been described, and in 2021 there was 2 articles published about SPTLC1 as a new cause of juvenile ALS. So that's why we were interested in this gene. And so here are the 4 unrelated families sharing the same SPTLC1 mutation. So as you can see, in the first family, we confirmed the dominant inheritance of this leucine 39 deletion. And the age of onset was ranging between 15 years old to 26 years old. And all the patients shared common features, so including upper and lower motor neuron degeneration, with bulbar features like tongue muscle wasting and tongue fasciculation. So here you can see the pictures of the patient from Montpellier. And all have a slow progressing disease with up to 44 years of progression for the first patient. But it cannot be considered as a benign condition because of the respiratory deterioration that occurs. So what does SPTLC1 do? It encodes a subunit of serine palmitoyltransferase, which is an enzyme necessary for lipid synthesis. And the leucine 39 deletion was already described as pathogenic in the first 2 papers, and also its pathogenicity was confirmed by functional studies in 2022. So what we know is that this mutation is located in the transmembrane domain of SPTLC1, and because of this mutation, the ORMDL subunit in green can no longer exert its negative feedback, and so the enzyme is then hyperactive, and there's an increase of the amount of precursors of sphingolipids like ceramides. The other things that can occur is the abnormal utilization of alanine or glycine instead of L-serine, and the production of deoxysphingolipids that are toxic. So one thing very interesting about this mutation is that it can lead to 2 kinds of phenotypes. So here in this family, the father harboring the leucine 39 deletion had a neuropathy phenotype, and he has transmitted the mutation to his 4 children who developed juvenile ALS phenotype. And so here what you can see is that there's an inverted lipid profile associated with both phenotypes. So the father has a huge amount of deoxysphingolipids, which is not the case for the 4 children who have an increase of canonical sphingolipids instead. So we confirmed this observation in our cohort. It was performed by David Cheyan in Lyon, and so we saw that there was a ceramides increase but normal level of deoxysphingolipids. And also we found that it was very important to analyze multiple lipid species to ensure the detection of SPT dysfunction. So for example, if you see the results from the patient from Marseille, the total amount of ceramides is normal, but you can see that some species are increased. So in conclusion, heterozygous SPTLC1 leucine 39 deletion is a major cause of slow progressing juvenile ALS, because if we add our patients to the one published in the literature, we have a total of 13 patients from 8 unrelated families, which is huge for such rare condition. So because of that, SPTLC1 should be systematically investigated during genetic diagnosis of juvenile ALS. And the lipid profile determination will be crucial for example, treatment monitoring, and also in the molecular diagnosis practice to help classify variants in benign or pathogenic with the lipid profile of the patients. And it's very important also to analyze multiple lipid species like I've shown. So thank you very much for your attention. If you want to know more about the phenotypes of the patient, please read the article that will be soon published in JNNP. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Claire. Do you have some question? Yes.
I can shout. You mentioned unrelated families, but could there be a common founder?
Yeah, we checked that. There's no SNP around showing that, a common SNP, I mean. And also there was, in the literature, many de novo cases.
But all at this amino acid, LOI39?
Sorry?
All mutations seem to be leucine 39.
Yes, okay. But in the literature, some cases were confirmed to be de novo. And in the French cohort, there was absolutely no SNP in common in these families, so no founder effect, I think.
Plans for a mouse model?
Sorry?
Plans for a mouse model?
Oh, I not for me, also. No.
Okay, maybe we can discuss that later. Any other question? Actually, two of the families were trios, am I right?
Sorry?
Two of the families that you showed are de novo mutation from trio.
No, we couldn't access to all the DNA, so we couldn't find any de novo in our case, but I'm quite sure it's a de novo in the Marseille, Montpellier.
Yeah. Okay. And do you have some fibroblasts of patients? And did you try the presence of TDP43 aggregations or something?
Not yet, but the clinicians are here, so you can, if you're interested. So I didn't talk about the treatment, but also that's an important thing to say that there's several things going on, especially in USA, Dr. Dunn's group with allele-specific oligonucleotides. So maybe they're going to check things like this.